Part 324. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 3231. Taishaji squinted his eyes, and there was a fiery look in his eyes. You should be clear that the key to being promoted to the demigod realm is to comprehend this so-called divinity. It is conceivable that the preciousness of this sacred soil resource, not to mention cultivating on the sacred soil, the speed of cultivation must be doubled. For a school, if it can have a cultivation environment piled up with sacred soil, it will be like a tiger with wings added. Not only is there a lot of convenience for the students, but also a lot of benefits for the tutors in the school. Taishaji took a deep breath, and then his face couldn't help showing a blush. All in all, it is particularly exciting. Speaking of it this way, isn't this sacred soil very valuable? If I dig out some and sell them? Bai Biao's eyes lit up, and then he nodded in agreement, with an extremely excited expression. This is a good way. If it is well controlled, it may take off directly. Thinking up to this point, the whole person becomes smug. How can such an idea be expressed in a few words? Piss off. What are you thinking? The sacred soil resources are so precious, if you dare to mess around, be careful and beat you to death as a teacher. Uncle G instantly turned his eyebrows coldly at Bai Biao. After all, it is probably such a gesture. Frankly, and clearly. Anyway, to put it in place, this is the situation. The situation can also be a little bit more stable. Hammer me to death. Ah, this can't be counted like this. Master, you are too cruel. I'm also your apprentice. You can't give all your preference to Fang Fan, can you? It's worth a point, isn't it? Bai Biao's eyes widened, and then he curled his lips aside and said. Needless to say anything else, the attitude shown this time is very firm. It has nothing to do with preference. Sacred soil resources are of great significance to Guangming Academy. If you really steal it, even if I want to protect you, I can't protect you. At that time, that Deputy Palace Master Shui Wanren will also tear you to pieces. This is related to the long-term plan of Guangming Academy, so you should take it easy. Don't be joking all day long, don't care about anything. Taishaji took a deep breath, and then followed up with a full-fledged complaint. For it. This. Is it so serious? Then what if I excavate the sacred land resources of other forces and bring them to Guangming Academy? If this is the case, does the school have to give me some rewards or something? Bai Biao blinked, and then made another hypothesis. This guy's brain really seems to be quite active, anyway, these things are constantly tossing and tossing. At this moment, I feel a little bit, inexplicably feel that I have been shown. Is this really not a headache? Snort. If your kid really has this ability, I will personally ask for credit for you. But normally, you might be hammered to death on the way. This sacred soil resource is extremely valuable to any force. Which one is not guarded extremely carefully? If you touch their cheese, it's no wonder they don't work hard with you. Take it easy, don't always think about these things. Taishaji took a deep breath, and then said helplessly from the side. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 3232. Bai Biao, this guy, gets to do something all the time. Then it's time to draw lots. Now draw lots to see if the Dark School and the Bright School will go to war first, or the Black and White Academy first. The result of the final lottery was that the Guangming Academy took a break, and the Dark Academy and Black and White Academy entered the semi-finals. The dark horse of the Black and White Academy has been beheaded once by the Bright Academy before, and it is not known whether it will be able to set sail successfully when fighting against the Dark Academy. The outcome is here. Fang Fan boy, How do you bet on this board? I'm not sure about this. This dark school has always been relatively stubborn, and has never shown real combat power. As for the Black and White Academy, although you have defeated them, it is undeniable that their blood demon transformation is still very disgusting. You can withstand their successive blood demon change attacks, but they may not be able to. If there is any accident, it may be crushed directly. It's still unknown what it will look like when the time comes. Bai Piao stared at the audience with wide eyes, and frowned involuntarily while talking. The situation appears to be very complicated. This round, it's a buy. Choose to close the gamble. Or, open a floating rate betting market, as long as the blocks on both sides are evenly matched. Don't earn such uncertain star cores. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, then shrugged. What do you mean? Fang Fan, what do you mean? You can't see through this scene. Ah, this. Good guy, if it looks like this, the situation is really bad. Didn't you kill all of this Black and White Academy? Can they send out any high-quality first-year students? Bai Piao frowned, and then asked. The first-year students of these Black and White colleges are actually assembly line products. I guess they should all be promoted with secret medicine. If that's the case, then it won't be a problem for them to use the secret medicine to upgrade a few first-year students in the 5-star initial sanctuary realm. If the time comes, if it is really at all costs, I am afraid that the Dark Academy will be difficult to resist. Fang Fan nodded, and then analyzed. Based on this calculation, there is a high probability that the Dark Academy will lose, so why not just bet all your strength on the Black and White Academy? There is still a lot of room for manipulation. Besides, if such a good opportunity is missed, how can we play? Suddenly, Bai Piao's eyes lit up, and while talking, his breathing couldn't help but become rapid, and his whole body also became swaying. Thinking about it so far, how can it be expressed in a few words? Surging, exciting. Bet Black and White Academy to win? It is very likely that you will lose all your money. Shang Guanchan from that Dark Academy doesn't look simple. Besides, the Dark School has the entire Dark Temple as a backer, so how can they have no means? I'm afraid they are already preparing trump cards at this moment. Don't think about gambling in such a dangerous situation. Of course, if you feel that you are rich, you can also go out for a while. Give it a go, and your assets may double. Fang Fan shrugged, then said calmly. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3233. Cough. That's okay. You know, I've never been a pure gambler. Can you hand over the little wealth you have saved so hard? Then hold on tight. Bai Piao shrugged, then said frankly from the side. Dark Academy versus Black and White Academy. This is quite a sight to behold. At the same time, the Guanlin loft where the Dark School is located. Dean Chen Tianwei. What do you mean? Our two families are about to go to war. I don't know the purpose of your visit at this time. Wang Gu, deputy head of the Dark Academy, frowned, then looked at Chen Tianwei, the head of the Black and White Academy, with a very different expression. I'm here to make a deal with Vice Palace Master Wang. If Vice Palace Master Wang is willing to compensate us with 100,000 high-grade star cores from the Black and White Academy, we can choose to admit defeat in this competition. In this way, you can go to fight against Guangming Academy with full armor. Chen Tianwei, the dean of the Black and White Academy, shrugged, and then said indifferently. Dean Chen, are you joking? As far as your Black and White Academy is concerned, Do you really think that you can pose any threat to the heaven's favored children of our Dark Academy? Are you thinking too much? Since your Black and White Academy was defeated by the Bright Academy, it will definitely be defeated by my Dark Academy. Wang Gu, the deputy head of the Dark Academy, smiled immediately, and then made complaints all over the place. There is no need to say much about the others, anyway. What is displayed at this moment is probably such an attitude. Pure and frank. In all aspects, you have to follow along, not to be too careless. He. Is that true? Not necessarily. Fang Fan from the Bright Academy is so special. He can ignore the impact of Blood Demon transformation, but do you have such a student in the Dark Academy? Wouldn't Deputy Palace Master Wang think that our Black and White Academy will be powerless to fight back after this battle? To tell you the truth, my Black and White Academy can still recruit 3 elite 5-star early stage sanctuary. If they all use Blood Demon transformation at that time, will the students of your Dark Academy be able to hold on? Even if it survives, there must be blood stains. The combat power is greatly damaged. When the time comes for the decisive battle, what will your Dark Academy use to fight against the Bright Academy? Just Fang Fan from Guangming Academy is probably enough for you to drink a pot. Will the final victory still belong to you? I don't believe that Vice Palace Master Wang doesn't know this truth. Chen Tianwei, the Dean of the Black and White Academy, narrowed his eyes, then raised the corners of his mouth slightly, with a confident and calm expression on his face. Wang Gu, the deputy head of the Dark Academy, didn't make a sound for a while, but fell into complete silence. Something substantial is slowly becoming real in the mind. In all aspects, it is natural that we should follow suit, and we must not slack off in the slightest. Clearly not clear, these are not the point. Since Dean Chen has such confidence and background, why not fight to the end? I don't quite understand. Is it possible that you have chosen to admit defeat because you have achieved 100,000 top-grade star cores? This doesn't seem to be in line with Dean Chen's disposition. Wang Gu, deputy head of the Dark Academy, narrowed his eyes, and immediately asked. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3234. He. To put it bluntly, I just don't want Guangming Academy to have a better life. In addition to these 100,000 high-grade star cores, I also hope that the Deputy Palace Master Wang can help me get rid of that Fang Fan. That Fang Fan caused heavy losses to my Black and White Academy. He must die. If both of our families are hurt, then the Guangming Academy will have the last laugh. This is what I don't want to see. And I know that your Dark Academy has a profound foundation, and we, the Black and White Academy, may not be able to win if we try our best. If this is the case, it is better to choose to give up. My request is not too much, is it? Chen Tianwei, the Dean of the Black and White Academy, squinted his eyes, and then looked at Wang Gu, the deputy head of the Dark Academy, who looked extremely indifferent on the whole. I asked for something, it's not a problem. Since Dean Chen has this heart, I promise it. After all, this is beneficial to both of us, and I have no reason to refuse. Wang Gu, the deputy head of the Dark Academy, pondered, and then followed up from the side. From a comprehensive point of view, it is indeed the case. The overall situation will also collapse in an all-round way. So, happy cooperation. I hope that the deputy head of the Wang Palace will win the flag. Chen Tianwei, the Dean of the Black and White Academy, narrowed his eyes, and then the corners of his mouth turned upwards. On the ring. The students of the Black and White Academy and the Academy of Darkness are fighting each other. The scene of the bloody battle imagined by everyone has never been seen before, but what is shown at this moment is the appearance of retreating steadily. From a comprehensive point of view, I feel a sense of joy inexplicably. At this moment, his eyes glanced into the distance, and the sense of humor was also fully enhanced. I surrender. After the Black and White Academy participating students finished saying this sentence, they immediately stepped back. Gorefiend, no more. The accumulation battle is also gone. All that's left is to stare. This is weird, isn't it? The audience suddenly fell into a commotion. The next second and third battles all ended with the students of the Black and White Academy directly admitting defeat. My CAO, what's the situation? Playing. You gave up before the fight started? Damn it, why don't I understand it? Grass, it's not just that you don't understand, I'm also so ignorant. Ah, what are you trying to do? Can you find a reason? Pit, vomit, vomit to the end. What kind of agreement has definitely been reached between this Dark Academy and the Black and White Academy? So, it's exactly the right time. So that's it? So that's it? It's like this. What the hell, why does it feel so cheap? Garbage. Rubbish to the extreme. Damn it. Fortunately, labor and management are optimistic about the black horse of the Black and White Academy, and bet heavily on him. Abandoned, blood lost to the end. What's the matter with this Black and White Academy? Isn't it awesome to use the blood demon transformation all the way before? Is this cowardly? Could it be that the Black and White Academy is afraid of the Dark Academy? What a big black horse, it's clearly a big black donkey, mud can't support a wall. The voices of complaints continued one after another, and these voices seemed to be directly oppressed in an instant, making it difficult to breathe invisibly. All in all, this feeling is particularly unique. The audience is not stupid, they immediately know how tricky it is. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3235. Hee hee. The Black and White Academy actually backed down on their own initiative. Drunkards don't mean to drink. This is the sword pointing at our bright academy. It seems that the next battle in our dark academy will not be easy. Taishaji narrowed his eyes, with a meaningful expression on his face. Well, so be careful later. Your first year exchange competition is coming to an end soon, this is the last. Some things must be safe. It's not an exaggeration to say that this is the final. This battle determines who can win the leader position. This is related to the division of divine land resources. The difference between the first place and the second place's sacred soil resources is half. The leader must be taken down. Shui Wanren, deputy head of the Guangming Academy, walked over in high spirits, and his facial expressions changed in a very real way while talking. At this moment, the sound of breathing while speaking could not help but become serious. The key to this battle lies in Fang Fan. Shui Wanren groaned, and then focused his gaze on Fang Fan. Don't be careless. You must go all out. The Dark School has been fighting against our Bright School for so many years, and it has always been a tie. We have you as our trump card in the Bright School, but there may not be other means in the Dark School. Therefore be more vigilant. Shui Wanren licked his lips, and while talking, his eyes were also moving wantonly. At this moment, the thoughts in this brain seemed to be more real. After all, it's actually the same thing. Why? Pity. If tomorrow, I can be resurrected with full blood, I can play. It's a pity. Why did the battle between the Black and White Academy and the Dark Academy be resolved so quickly? Let me miss the opportunity. Alas. It's too difficult. I'm so difficult. Bai Piao was deeply moved. While talking, he couldn't help but quickly shook his head. Anyway, the various thoughts in my heart still seem relatively real. Anyway, after all, this is the case. Okay, stop complaining. It's not that I didn't give you a chance before, who can blame you for being useless? If Fang Fan hadn't saved you in the end, I don't know what would have happened. Shui Wanren glared at Bai Biao, then scolded. Look at it, hey, this is the beginning of differential treatment. A son-in-law is a son-in-law, Fang Fan is good at everything, after all, he is your son-in-law. They say they treat everyone equally, but in their hearts, they are definitely biased towards their son-in-law. Like me, no one loves no one. Bai Biao couldn't help but chattered along, as if he still had some other thoughts in his heart. Fang Fan curled his lips, inexplicably feeling amused. As for Shui Wanren at this moment, his eyes widened even wider. Looks like it's the last battle. So there is no lottery. Fang Fan is preparing to fight on behalf of Guangming Academy. Go to hell. Whoosh. Just at this time, a black shadow rushed past, the speed seemed extremely fast, and then rushed towards Fang Fan's position. The breath of the Holy Realm. It's coming for me. This is the prelude to self-destruction. In order to kill me, a strong man in the holy state is willing to blow himself up. Fang Fan's eyes widened, full of brilliance. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3236. At this moment, Fang Fan couldn't afford to think too much, because the danger was right in front of him. If you are not careful, you will die on the spot. Enter Tian's small world. Fang Fan secretly thought in his heart that saving his life is the most important thing. The moment Fang Fan entered the small world of Shushan Pavilion, there was a sudden explosion. Boom! Bang bang bang! The sound of the explosion radiated out towards the surroundings, and the power of the explosion almost toppled the hall completely. If it weren't for the presence of a few demigod powerhouses, I'm afraid this place would have been destroyed into ashes. The state at this moment is particularly pure, invisible, and frightening. Run, run. This guy is crazy. He blew himself up. I'm just watching a game, and I got injured. Damn it. Who the hell is doing the murder in secret? This is so humming bad, isn't it? Rubbish. Rubbish. Spit, vomit, vomit to the end. CAO, can't stand it anymore, withdraw. Fully evacuate. Collapse, collapse mentally, don't be careless at this time. The ghost knows if there are still people who want to blow themselves up. Who was that just now? I can't think about it so much, I have to blow myself up, why? I don't want my life. Did you find out just now, this seems to be aimed at that Fang Fan, this guy seems to want to kill Fang Fan by means of an explosion. Is that the case? I go. Isn't this a bit sinister? And in order to kill Fang Fan, a student of the Guangming Academy, is it worth it to waste a holy man? Hee, your situation is small, what is this place? This is the scene of a friendly match exchange. This Fang Fan is the captain of the first-year representative team of the Bright Academy, and is also the leader of the first-year academy of the Bright Academy. With him, the Dark Academy wants to win, the chances of victory are slim. Oh, what do you mean by such and such? You mean that in order to win the first-year friendly match, the Dark Academy is willing to sacrifice a holy man to kill Fang Fan. But this doesn't make sense. It shouldn't be difficult for the Holy Venerable to kill this Fang Fan, right? Just run away after he succeeds. Why did you blow yourself up? You also want to lose your own life, are you stupid? Stupid? You think they are stupid? Hee, they are shrewd. This wishful thinking is really clever. Ordinary people may have been taken into the ditch long ago and can't get up. On the one hand, the Dark Academy is doing this. In order to be able to kill Fang Fan without any risk, The other reason is that they want to destroy the body and wipe out the traces, so that others cannot have direct evidence pointing to their dark school. Otherwise, according to the rules of the friendly match, the dark school will withdraw from the competition. So stubborn? I'm convinced. The shameless one of the Dark Academy. The noise of discussion became more and more intense, as if it could sweep madly in an instant. For these people who eat melons, it is also filled with righteous indignation at this moment. Because this explosion also caused a great threat to their personal safety. According to the inference that benefited the most and suspected the most, the audience felt that this was the shameless handwriting of the Dark Academy. So now I can't help but start criticizing. My own life is threatened, how can this be tolerated? Run away in minutes. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3237. At this moment, the public can gradually discover some other things. For example, Fang Fan seems to have disappeared. This person can't see it anymore. Is this cold? Is it completely cold? Is this the case? That Fang Fan can't even be seen. Is he destroyed and turned into ashes? Damn it, so, it turned out to be like this, it's not too dangerous. Liang moonlight is practicing to the end. Abandoned. Completely abolished. Hey, the goal of the Dark Academy has been achieved this time. Now that their biggest threat is removed, I'm afraid they can directly crush Guangming Academy. In the first year exchange competition, the Dark School may be the leader. The situation is indeed such a situation, but this method is a bit too dirty. Who said it wasn't? Damn, it feels a little disgusting just looking at it. The surrounding discussions immediately swept over. The sense of oppression on the scene is also particularly sufficient. Brother Fang Fan, did something happen to Brother Fang Fan? How is this possible? The shameless one of the Dark Academy. Gisha looked at the scene in front of him, his lips couldn't help but start to tremble, and while talking, his breathing couldn't help but become extremely rapid. Impossible. How could my apprentice die like this? If so, I will destroy the entire Dark Academy to avenge my apprentice. Taishiji's eyes instantly turned blood red, and his whole body was filled with aura, as if he wanted to crush everything in front of him into pieces. At this moment, the deepest thoughts in my heart are especially real. This is how I think in my heart. Husband will be fine. Husband. Little Liuli's hoarse screams are heart-pounding. Murong Yu, Xiangfei, Lu Jiyi and other women couldn't help feeling nervous. How could a good scene be bloody? How could this be the case? This is far from what I expected. Brother Fang Fan, the young Yingjia, he is the pride of heaven. The shameless one in the Dark Academy. I, Zhou Qiuyao, swear here that I will avenge Brother Fang Fan to the end. Zhuo Qiuyao's eyes were blood red, and his body trembled unnaturally and violently as he spoke. The various feelings in my heart at this moment are too clear. Can you guys calm down a little? As for what? Did you see Fang Fan's body? Or saw him killed with your own eyes? If Fang Fan died so easily, he wouldn't be able to survive now. Where is this going? What is this little danger? As for it? As for such a fuss? Nothing happened. Just wait quietly, this kid might be hiding somewhere. Bai Piao shrugged, with a casual and calm face. At this moment, the corners of his mouth rose silently, not taking it seriously at all. All in all, calm to the extreme. I don't have too many other messy thoughts in my heart, and I don't think too much. As long as the specific situation is clear here, there is no need to keep getting involved. After so many life and death experiences, Bai Piao still knows Fang Fan very well. Brother Bai Piao, what do you mean? Brother Fang Fan is fine? Then, What about the other person? Now, you can't see him here at all. Where did this person go? Could it be possible to disappear out of thin air? Gisha froze for a moment, then scanned the surrounding area with confused eyes. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3238. Do you know the 3 caves of the cunning rabbit? Fang Fan's life-saving ability is much stronger than that of Kiao Tu. Although I don't know where he is definitely not dead. Bai Piao groaned, but did not directly expose the small world of Shushan Pavilion. There are too many people talking, so take it easy. At the same time, the high-level figures of the Dark Academy are in the attic. Deputy Palace Master Wang, how could you do this? You actually used this method to kill Fang Fan. This is an unfair means of competition. How can this be the case? This is too despicable. Didn't my Dark Academy claim to be more upright than the Bright Academy? Shang Wenchen, the leader of the first-year representative team of the Dark Academy, gritted his silver teeth, and couldn't help but question from the sidelines at this moment. This situation just looks bad, doesn't it? Now that this is the case, what else can I say? You have to explain everything clearly, right? Shut up. Shang Wenchen. You are getting more and more courageous now. Do you dare to question the decision of the Deputy Palace Master? The Deputy Palace Master is considering it from the perspective of overall planning. When is it your turn to worry about it? This Fang Fan is our confidant, what's wrong with killing him? Isn't this a reasonable thing? Hey, just killing him like this is a bit too cheap for him. Such a bastard should be cut to death. Hey, the Master of the Dark Academy couldn't help but licked his lips, his eyes full of excitement at the moment. Thinking to myself, the sound of breathing couldn't help but become extremely rapid. Thinking of the few times he was cheated by Fang Fan at the auction before, he couldn't immediately feel angry. At this moment, seeing his enemy being wiped out, his heart is naturally very happy. It's just a pity that this guy's storage ring. There are countless treasures in there. Hey, it's a pity. I was reckless. I couldn't hold on. He couldn't help but rolled his eyes, and then sighed deeply at the side. Thinking up to this point, my thoughts are also completely churning. This feeling seems a little real. No way. You have to compete with Fang Fan for financial resources and you will lose everything. Now you dare not face it head on, but dare to use this kind of trick. Shang Guanchan sneered, and then sneered at the side. I don't need to say much about the others, anyway, what I'm showing at this moment is such an attitude. Pure, real, and frank. After all, that's exactly what happened. No need to say much, just stick to it. Don't talk nonsense. He couldn't face flushed for a while, and directly refused 3 consecutive times. Although this is the case, he is a person who wants face after all, so naturally he has to be fully stable. Humph. Everyone knows the twists and turns. As for being so secretive, the Dark School is a place to train students. Is this the value that is transmitted? Assassination. Assassination if you think you can't win? What's the point of such a group arena? Shang Guanchan twitched her red lips, feeling resentful in her heart. At this moment, the black lines on his forehead grew more and more as he spoke. To put it bluntly, that's exactly what it means. Real, and clear. Okay. Shut up. Shang Wenchen. As a student of the Academy of Darkness, just do what you are supposed to do. As for the rest, you don't have to worry about it. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3239. Wang, the deputy head of the Dark Academy, looked a little ugly, and then directly followed and scolded. Isn't this hitting him directly in the face? Naturally, he couldn't let this matter continue to deepen. In fact, this kind of method is already commonplace in dark schools. This is the so-called dead time. It is worthwhile to spend a mid-level sage who has no hope of promotion in exchange for a rising star of the Guangming Academy. In addition, it is still a critical moment for the decisive battle between the dark school and the bright school. From the perspective of Wang, the deputy head of the dark school, he naturally does not want any accidents to happen. He wants to stabilize the situation in front of him. All he needs is the resulting victory. As for the process, he didn't really care much. This is the end of the matter, it is good to be clear in my heart. Everything is in full swing. Thinking about this, feeling even more so. Shang Guanchan opened her mouth, wanting to say something, but finally turned into a long sigh. Such a method is despicable to the bone. In fact, to some extent, it also shows a timid attitude before fighting. Humble, and outrageous. Thinking like this, feeling like this, can't be explained clearly in a few words. Shang Guanchan felt extremely disappointed. Why am I so sad? Is it because he died? But he's not mine either. Hey, I just feel uncomfortable. That casual figure may never be seen again. Everything is history. It's over, it's over. Shang Guanchan smiled sadly, the victory achieved through this method made her feel extremely sick. She turned around angrily, and suddenly there was an infinite gleam in her eyes. Appeared. He appeared again. He's not dead. Fang Fan is not dead. He's standing right there. Shang Guanchan once broke her voice. The voice gradually became hoarse. At this moment, the surge, excitement can be seen from the words. Such words cannot be expressed in a few words. All in all, very excited. Shang Guanchan didn't know why her emotions lost control one after another. Maybe it was the only sense of justice left in her heart? Or maybe she felt that if Fang Fan was still alive, then her final victory would be innocent? Shang Guanchan shook her head, her facial expression was very real at this moment, but she didn't know what was going on in her heart. Some are happy and some are sad. Shang Guanchan was pleasantly surprised, but for Wang, the deputy head of the dark school, and Heifu, the bloodborne head of the dark school, they were furious at the moment. Bastard! Why are you alive again? Didn't you die just now? Wasn't it turned into powder by the self-explosion of the Holy Master? That's all the self-destruction power of the Holy Man. I don't believe it. There must be something wrong here. The saint who sent out to blow himself up is a waste. Which trash arranged this? You can't even do such a small thing. A bunch of trash. He couldn't help but follow the full-scale abuse. The organizers of this matter are often abused. And obviously, the behind-the-scenes driver of this matter is Wang, the deputy head of the Dark Academy. Being abused all over the place at this moment, Wang face became more and more ugly. This face slap hurts. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3240. Shut up. Wang, the deputy head of the Dark Academy, couldn't help scolding, his face was blue and white at the moment, and he looked quite upset. Now that the matter has come to this, what else should I say? This Fang Fan does have something unique. If this is the case, then you need to be more cautious. Don't be taken advantage of by him. This time, you first-year students must fight to the end. If anyone is holding back, don't blame the deputy palace master for being rude. Wang, deputy head of the Dark Academy, gritted his teeth, and then scolded from the side. While speaking, the sharp light couldn't help staring at Shang Guanchan. From Shang Guanchan's performance just now, Wang felt that she was very dangerous. If water is released in the ring, it will be an intolerable loss for the Dark Academy. Although I am not ashamed of such despicable methods, I am still a member of the Dark Academy after all, and I will naturally fight for the Dark Academy to the last moment. You don't need to worry about this, the Deputy Palace Master. When it comes to the ring, I will beat him openly. Shang Guanchan clenched her fists silently, the gleam in her eyes grew more and more as she spoke, and the heart of a strong man was growing in her heart. This state at this moment is the most intoxicating. The dead time plan of the Dark Academy failed because of Fang Fan's reappearance. At the same time, the Dark Academy has naturally become the laughing stock of everyone. Although the Dark Academy once denied that the Holy Venerable was sent by them, the eyes of the masses are discerning. There are twists and turns, can't you even see the situation clearly? That would be really stupid. Everyone understands the situation at this moment. Husband, it's great that you're fine. Woo, you scared me to death. You don't even know, I was so nervous just now. Xiao Liyulai cried so much that the pear blossoms were raining, and now she couldn't care about the strange eyes of everyone, and couldn't help but threw herself into Fang Fan's arms. Relatively speaking, concubine Xiang and Lu Jiyi were more reserved, they just grabbed Fang Fan's arms from left to right, and silently let go of the worried look on their faces. Finally, no more surprises. That's fine right now. The whole situation can collapse. As for the others, there is no need at all. I've said it before, even if we all die, Fang Fan won't die. This guy is a cat and has 9 lives. The insidious methods of the Dark Academy are not enough. Speaking of the public, please take it easy. You bitch should also be restrained, okay? Don't worry about scarcity but inequality. We are all singles. Fang Fan, you only have 3 of them alone, no, the exact number is 4. Bai Biao clicked his mouth, and then couldn't help but glanced at Murong Yu who was not far away. Add Murong language, exactly 4. This is not just as simple as the blessing of Chiron. Xiangfei. Come back. Reserve. What does it look like? Shui Wanren, deputy head of the Guangming Academy, felt quite disgusted when he saw his daughter's active appearance. At the same time, there are more or less other emotions in my heart. Some things cannot be expressed clearly in a few words. All in all, it looks complicated. All kinds of feelings in my heart gathered in my heart, and I felt more and more uncomfortable.